Good afternoon and welcome back to Lynn Lowdown. I'm Danny Vittori, and today we welcome back Faustina Cuevas, the DEI officer for the City of Lynn. Thanks for coming back on the show.
Thank you for having me. Great. Always a pleasure.
So the theme for this is kind of general inclusion, trying to really open up City Hall and make it more accessible to others or anyone in the community. So how have you been doing that?
Yeah, so thanks for the question. It's an important one. I think when I've come here a few times in the past, I've talked about my experience growing up in this community and being my mom's interpreter in the building and sort of those experiences that did not make me feel necessarily included. I definitely feel that we've made such great strides in trying to make City Hall more inclusive, more welcoming to anyone in the community, and we continue to do that in many different ways through, heritage celebrations. We've had like we usually have holiday celebrations. We had a Halloween celebration. We had our third annual one, which we can get into a little bit, but it's all in an effort to let folks know that this is their City Hall too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even live in Lynn, and I've been there countless times already to cover all the events you do, so good job on that one. You're definitely doing well.
Thank you.
And we just came out of Hispanic Heritage Month, so I know you wanted to speak a little bit about some of the events you did.
Yeah, so for Hispanic Heritage Month, we did a flag raising, and we also did a parade of Latin American flags in the Common, which is something we've done in the past. This year, we actually had the opportunity to recognize local leaders who represent the Latin diaspora, who are doing great things, and they were actually nominated by the public. So they were nominated by peers, by friends, by colleagues, by family members, and that was really cool to be able to have folks that were across the spectrum, which I thought was really exciting. We had like youth all the way to some elders that were recognized, and I thought that diaspora of like age was really cool to see because we've had younger people that have been really energized to do things in our community. I'm very inspired by young people, so having that was really cool. And then having some folks that which I was really, my heart was warmed because these are the people like whose shoulder I stand on, right? That they've been around for 20, 30 years in this community, fighting the good fight, and being able to give them their flowers while they're still here was really cool.
And you even mentioned someone come over from, I think you said Swampscott, who was really energized and ended up helping with the Lynn one.
Absolutely. So we had a Swampscott resident. She was really excited. She's been trying to do her own Heritage Month in Swampscott. She wanted to learn from us, so she actually volunteered for the event, was like helping me hand out flags, and was really excited and told me like anything I need that she'll be back next year. And so having people even from other communities recognize what we're doing in that way was really awesome.
And even coming into this month, you're doing your first ever Native American event actually tonight.
Yes, yes, tonight at 5 o'clock. I don't know if this will air in time, but hopefully next year this won't be the last. So this is the first time the City of Lynn partners with the Massachusetts, no S, tribe, which is a state tribe here that represents a lot of tribal nations that sort of merge into one. Okay. And that is because indigenous communities in Lynn have been really erased. So this tribe has really tried to preserve the history, the stories, the cultural practices of indigenous people of Massachusetts, and it's the first time we're going to partner with them. We're going to raise their flag. We have Thomas Green, who is a tribal leader from that group that is going to come and say a few words. We're also going to have a performance, a Native American performance. So it's going to be a really exciting evening in City Hall.
You're really recognizing the incredibly diverse community that the city represents.
Absolutely. It's an important thing given who we are and who our identities are as a multicultural city.
And do you feel that your role as a DEI officer, how do you think it's been going? You're reaching out to the public now, asking about an equity audit. What has been the feedback so far?
Absolutely. Ooh, this is a great question. So I did want to mention that we about 2 years ago, because this grant comes up every 2 years. So it's called the Community Compact Grant. It's through the state. You're able to apply for different things for this grant. 2 years ago, they had an area that you can apply for, which was an equity audit. It's the first time that the city is doing an equity audit, and right now we're doing listening sessions with the public to learn a little bit more about what's going well in City Hall, what can we improve on, and we still don't necessarily know what's coming out of that because those sessions are held by a consultant just to maintain sort of anonymity. So we'll find out soon what the results of that. But Danny, it's really about we're doing all these events, right?
Right, yeah.
And we are getting a lot of folks coming to them, and that's really exciting. For Halloween, we had over 500 kids in City Hall and their
Wow.
families.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we partnered with the library. We had an ice cream truck giving away free ice cream. We had pizza. We had like activities for kids in the library. And that's all well and good, right?
Yeah.
But we really want to know that what we're doing is actually landing with folks, right? So having this equity audit, which is a more formal way of engaging our constituents, is going to be really important to make sure that there's synergy in how we're feeling we're being perceived in the work that we're doing in City Hall.
Not just, you come to an event, it's great, awesome, okay, now I'm gonna go along with my life. Kind of.
Right, exactly. So this is digging a little bit deeper about how our services can be improved.
And you also have another upcoming event that's going to be a holiday event in early December.
Absolutely, yeah. It's coming up in a couple of weeks, Tuesday, December 3rd, the city holiday, and you can look that up on any of our social media, on the Lynn website as well. And that'll be Tuesday evening at City Hall. We'll do the Christmas tree lighting, but there'll be all types of programs and events. There'll be a show. It's leaving me now, the name of the group, but it's a kids show that'll be in the auditorium as well. So there'll be something for everyone in the family.
Like you said, again, following that theme of getting everybody involved and active in it and trying to really land with them.
Absolutely. And I do want to say that if people have experiences that are not so positive in City Hall, that's part of the job that I'm here to do, is really to help folks feel that they're able to have a place where they can share that feedback in a way that it's going to be heard and validated. And it's something that I take a lot of pride in, which is why I get so energized about doing these sort of Heritage Month, History Month, and community events, right? Like Halloween and the holiday event. Because those are ways that we're able to hear from the public and engage with them in a way that is not just transactional, right? You're not just coming to pay a ticket. We're engaging in activities where we're sharing space together.
And what do you hope people do take away from these activities beyond the fun pieces of it?
Yeah. I hope that they're able to connect with folks in City Hall in a way that feels authentic, that feels more intimate, right? That you're getting to know the people that are servicing your city. As public servants, I think sometimes the public doesn't get to see sort of that human side to the work that we do. Everyone is in this because they generally care about the community. They want to see our city progress. So I hope that we are able to have those dialogues. And I know I personally, so there's actually two sisters that come every year to the Halloween event, and now we've become like really good friends, right? Because I see them every year, and I didn't see them right away on the night that we had the Halloween event. I was like, where are my girls? I don't see them. I walk over to the library and they were there, and I was like, oh, they're like, we all like yelled and we're so excited to see each other. And I said, I almost thought you all wouldn't come. And they're like, we wouldn't miss this for the world. And that was like just really amazing to hear.
Like you said, it's the human connection, not just the transactional. It's the, you get to know each other on a more, personal level.
Absolutely.
And I guess, you're the first in your position, this DEI job. So, you've been in it for a couple of years. How do you think it's been going, or what's your experience been?
Yeah, so almost 3.5 years.
Wow.
Well, no, I have 3.5 years, almost 4 years.
Wow.
And 2 mayors, which I've been really blessed under Mayor McGee and Mayor Nicholson. They both really believe in the work and have given me a lot of autonomy to go on and do the good work around inclusion, which is so essential when you work for city government, that everyone feels not only like they're a part of it, that they feel included, that their voices matter. And I have been really lucky to work under mayors who genuinely believe it, practice it, live it, and are deeply invested. Working under Mayor Nicholson, who I've worked with longer than I did with Mayor McGee, I've been able to firsthand to see his deep passion for this work and for the community, and to make sure that everyone that comes into our building feels welcomed, and that we do also a better job of connecting with people that don't come into the building, right? To close those gaps. So it's really great. It's been wonderful.
I said, and it's so clear you're passionate about it too, even just sitting here speaking about it, all the events you run, everything you do. And I know I have to wrap up in a moment, but was there anything else I hadn't mentioned that you wanted to make sure you shared?
Well, I do want to say that it's a team effort. We do have a Heritage History Month planning team, and I just want to shout out to that team if you're watching. I can't do anything alone. This is really an effort, and I think the reason it's an effort is because diversity, equity, and inclusion is not just one person's job, right? It's my title, and I hold that title because I'm the keeper of the work, but it really is a team effort, and it really takes all of us to make Lynn a better place for all of us to live, work, and play.
There you go. I have absolutely nothing to add to that because you did it so eloquently, but thank you again for coming on to share all this good work you've been doing.
Thank you for having me, Danny.
Of course, anytime. And once again, I'm Danny Vittori. This has been the Lynn Lowdown, and we'll see you next week with more guests.